if you can get Kevin Durant for a price that doesn't kill you or doesn't kill your nucleus or doesn't kill or is more additive than subtractive, So that's
Would you
still one of
do?
the baddest dudes to ever do it, man. Like, so get out your feelings, Knicks fans. If he's a Knick, you'd be very, very happy with him on your team. Trust me.
Welcome to New York Got Game. Boom shakalaka.
Kaz, I got to ask you about this KD stuff because
Talk about it.
Shams Charania today had his report. He was on NBA Today. He said the Knicks had mutual interest. The Knicks and KD had mutual interest in each other at the trade deadline. So now you know what's happened. The Knicks fans are talking. Some want KD. Should the Knicks go after KD if things go awry in the playoffs? What do you say? Do the Knicks need Kevin Durant, or is it Kevin Durant just needs the Knicks?
Ooh. Kevin Durant is a player that fits on any team. Like, if there's 30 out of the 30 teams, if they have an opportunity to add Kevin Durant to their roster, they are going to do it, right? At this point in Kevin Durant's career, you expect him to want to play championship level basketball or playoff level basketball. So you're going to be tied to these, really good teams, your Celtics, your OKC Thunders, your New York Knicks. The Knicks thing is obviously always going to raise an eyebrow because Knicks fans still feel some type of way about that free agency several years ago. Knicks fans still feel that type of way when KD went on Hot 97 and said, they're not the cool thing in New York City. So Knicks fans, God bless them, they're always going to feel some type of way. But this is a basketball conversation, and you're in a position where the Knicks have found themselves in the past several years where they're one of the best run organizations in basketball. They're in play for anybody, right? Like, they got enough mix of contracts and talent and players where if anybody comes on the market and the Knicks feel compelled to go and get that person, they have the things that they can do to go and get that person. Now, it all depends on who you're giving up, if that's the case, right? Like, and obviously you're going to look at, Mikal Bridges, who was eligible for an extension and had some time in Phoenix and all that type of stuff. So, but at the end of the day, the mutual interest, like, it's the trade deadline, man. Like, everybody's got mutual interest in it. Like, it's all types of phone calls happening. Like, it's all types of text messages. Like, it's trying to say, like, as soon as I see any headline with, like, Kevin Durant says, and I don't see Kevin Durant actually saying it, you can only take it so far because it's not like he's hiding on Twitter. Like, he will tell you how he feels.
It's a good point.
And exactly. Like, I think even somebody DM'd him and was like, yo, is this true? And, like, he said the cap emoji. Like, nah, it's cap. So it's like, who knows? But me personally, as a fan of basketball and a fan of Durant, I'm definitely not saying no if you can get Kevin Durant for a price that doesn't kill you or doesn't kill your nucleus or doesn't kill or is more additive than subtractive, So that's still one of the baddest dudes to ever do it, man. Like, so get out your feelings, Knicks fans. If he's a Knick, you'd be very, very happy with him on your team. Trust me.
Would you do, because a lot of people are asking, who would you do for? So I just off the top of my head, OG and Mitch's money would get you close to Durant's salary. You probably have to throw in another like lower level player in there. Would you do OG and Mitch for KD?
I don't know if I'm letting go of Mitch because I still want to see what he looks like next to Cat. But I gotta look at Bridges, right? Only because he's extension, eligible soon. And the Knicks could, have their, they're going to have a decision to make in the offseason if they want to extend him or, they'll figure something out with him. And if they want to put him in a position where, Bridges stays and figure something out where he wants to stay in New York, then I'm cool with that. But I'm definitely not part of the fan base that is trying to gut 3/5 of the lineup again and try and do another rework all over again, going into another season. So I ain't trying to do that. But if you're telling me like Mikal Bridges and Deuce McBride get it done, like,
you're gonna need more money to that because the Knicks can't bring back more money than they can send out. That's
right,
the problem with
exactly.
the April stuff. That's the holdup with the trade. It's like, well, yeah, if the trade you proposed, yeah, I think they would do it, but it's gonna take. So even I'm just going off the top of my head from thinking about the salaries. If you do Mikal, and Josh Hart, you still have to need to add another player.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but the point you were making, Kaz, is you're getting back to the same problem, right? Where your depth is now being gutted, and you're adding a 37-year-old. Man, he's still a top 10 player, still easy money sniper, but now you have the same depth issues again. Is that the best course for the Knicks?
Nah, because that's still going to be an issue, right? And that's what I said. Like, unless it's something that isn't, that's additive to this Knicks franchise, which is hard to do, right? Like, he's not a free agent. You're going to have to give up something to get something, right? And if what you're giving up, and this is a Knicks team who's been, you got to applaud them for their restraint over the past several years, because there's a lot of almost Knicks trades that I think, with, the hindsight being 2020, we're like, thank God they didn't pull the trigger on that one. I think this current regime, they have a pretty strong track record of free agent moves, trades, free agency signings. So I'm in Brock Aller we trust, man, and Leon Rose we trust. Like, if they feel like that's the move and they can do it and still be a championship level team, or it makes them over the top championship level team, I'm sure they will find the deal to do it. But one thing you're not going to get from this current iteration of the Knicks franchise is a desperate trade. They're not going to do any of that.
Yeah,
so
that's not been that bad.
Yeah, so if it makes dollars, it'll make sense. Me personally, I would love to see this team a second year with a real cohesion and just adding pieces. Like, I don't want to see this team subtract really anything at this point. Like, I think you get to a point as a franchise, as a team, that you're good enough. You're going to get good players that'll take a little less to come play with you because they know there's a chance to win a championship. And I think the Knicks are at that point where it's like they got enough top level talent. Now they just need some of those guys that you just sprinkle in there that are either vets or guys that are just about to get paid, that you get them at a price that people don't expect. You lean on your recruiting, you lean on your scouting, and you do your best to add to this core. Like, I think this core is really, really good. They can't beat two historically great teams right now, but I think you give them a year or two, and maybe we're having a whole different conversation about this core, which we at least got 4 cracks at it for the next 4 seasons between Cat, Brunson, Bridges, and Anunoby and Josh Hart. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm kind of in agreement with you. I mean, also we need to let the playoffs get through first and see how that goes, and then we can talk.
Playoffs will change everything. Trust and believe.
Right. You got to see what happens first. You might look at the playoffs and say, "Oh, we might be good here. We don't need this." I'm kind of leaning towards you, at least right now. Smaller pieces, continuity. That should help.